Islam is not compatible with Western civilization. Fundamentally, Islam is at war with freedom of speech, with freedom of worship, with freedom of assembly, freedom of religion, and separation of mosque and state.
I just like reverent people. And anyone who bows down before God and admits I'm not God 5 times a day doesn't share my theology. We don't have the same view of how you get to heaven. But that person is not by definition my enemy.
Individual Muslims can be great members of American society. We all know them. But in the macro, in the big picture, are we really benefiting the more that we are importing Islamists into the West? I say no.
The Christian worldview, and by the way, also the Muslim worldview, is a universal worldview. Anybody can come to this faith. That's my worldview. I was born into it. I believe it. It's sincere. And so anyone else who has that worldview, I'm willing to be friends with.
The tragic truth of far too much Muslim immigration to the West. You see it in Rotterdam, you see it in Paris, you see it in London, you see it across Germany, is that the Islamist world does not assimilate well to the Western world. In fact, they create their own pockets of no-go zones. They try to take over City Hall, as you could see evidence in London and Rotterdam. They try to create own areas of their kind of Sharia-type law and radical Islam.
Well, I've done years in coverage of these radical jihadis and radical Islamists and who they are. And Ayan has been my best teacher on all of it. I mean, just read any book she's written, read any article she's written. She's lived it firsthand. I now see we've all been manipulated. You have no idea how ubiquitous and powerful AIPAC, Israel, its lobby, its paid agents. There are a lot of those folks in our nation pushing propaganda on us. And I frankly think I've been too trusting. That what their goal is not a secret. You actually don't have to spend much time looking at this to know what their goal is.
Our final objective is to create our own Islamic systems, and not only create Islamic systems for Muslims, but to look at all the other people who are sharing this country with us. And in that long-range process of making America Muslim, all of America Muslim.
So, it's not a secret. And I have been blown away by how openly the Israel First crowd is demanding that I and others hate Muslims or else, or what? We're going to be called empty vessels, or we're going to be like shamed for having said things that are questioning about Islam.
I want to make sure everyone in the audience understands. So there are some good Muslims out there, obviously, but as Islam has crept its way into the power centers of the West, it has not materially improved our life. In fact, it's done the exact opposite. And I encourage everyone in the audience, have the courage to call out what you know to be true. It's not like Islamophobic to say.
The online hate campaign to silence this point of view. Like, you are not allowed, at least as a conservative or a right-winger or somebody who's perceived to be on the right side of the aisle, to be in any way soft on Muslims. My God, it's like, you know what? Fuck off. I'll be whatever I want to be. And if I want to reevaluate any POVs at 55, I'll do it. Too bad. Yeah, look what's happening in London. You don't have to go far to find out what's happening.
Amen.